Welcome to Bubbles and Breakdowns, a space designed for you to show up as your beautifully imperfect self, where we dive into the good, the bad, and the bubbly. I'm Katrina.
And I'm Ashley. Have you ever opened up about something painful only to hear everything happens for a reason?
No.
Just stay positive. Or it could be worse. Chances are the person saying those words they mean well, right? Most people aren't trying to dismiss our feelings. They're trying to comfort us. But sometimes those well-intentioned responses can leave us feeling unheard, misunderstood, or even guilty for experiencing difficult emotions in the first place. So today we're talking about toxic positivity, the pressure to maintain a positive attitude no matter what's happening in our lives. We'll explore what toxic positivity really is, why it's become so common in our culture, and how it can affect our emotional well-being and relationships, and what healthy, genuine support looks like instead. So because true resilience isn't about pretending everything is okay, it's about making space for the full range of human emotions while finding hope in honest and meaningful ways.
This is a big one, and I hate to say I've said it happens for a reason.
I was just going to say I am the it happens for a reason human. But I always think it brings hope.
Yeah. And that's the intention, I think, when people say it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you are in a place that you are not able to receive it, it can just cut you, right? It can make you feel like what you're going through doesn't matter. It can minimize your experience. It can not create space for you to feel comfortable to open up. And
Right.
and when I think of it that way, I'm like, oh, what an ass. Why did I say that?
And I feel like it's so two-sided because I feel like some people like me and you probably in that moment are like, oh, we want to give them hope, or just say like, you know, if they've been thinking like, let's say like a cycle of negative thoughts, something that just like cuts it, right?
Like you want to get them out of it.
Totally.
You want to help them, but you're not.
Right. But also you don't want to diminish or dismiss their feelings.
Yeah.
By
Absolutely.
you maybe avoiding your own discomfort in discussing this topic with them, which is like tough to do. Or you might think like maybe they don't want to talk about it.
Right. And when you look at the definition of toxic positivity, it's so like it sounds so ridiculous. So I'm going to read it.
Okay.
So it's the belief that people should maintain a positive mindset regardless of how difficult or painful a situation is. Like, no.
Is it bad that like the Catholic Church crossed my mind?
Oh, zinger. No.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's bad at all.
Like,
but
it's just kind of like the thing that came to my mind. Like, how do you be truthful or help someone
yeah,
in that definition?
you
can't.
No, you can't be truthful. And then you definitely can't. So toxic positivity is this whole, I don't know, way of being that just says, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm fine.
Everybody's fine. And no one is fine.
It's like one tear.
And then all of a sudden that person probably kicks over from a heart attack. But at the end of the day, there's a big difference between healthy optimism, which I think is like what you were talking about, which is like, it's going to get better, or like this too shall pass. Or, you know, what I always go to is like, nothing's permanent. I really believe that. But there's a big difference between that and toxic positivity. When people come to us and say things like, oh, just think positive, or you know what, others have it worse, or everything happens for a reason, good vibes only, which by the way, I had a t-shirt that said good vibes only. And just recently, probably in the last few months, threw that thing out because I looked at this, I was like, no, fuck it. It's not good vibes only. It's whatever vibe I'm feeling.
It's the new house rag. Like, you know, people like rip their t-shirts up for like clean.
There you go. We're going to wipe it with good vibes
Seriously,
only. But
wipe it up.
But I don't also, like when I look at relationships, I don't want good vibes only.
Totally.
Like I want all of it. I want you crying. I want you happy. And I always think about
screaming,
this.
crying, throwing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
bring
like
it all.
Bring it all. And I just think there's this other quote that's like, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. And there's these friendships that sometimes form where they're like, oh, well, she used to be fun. And it's like, yeah, she used to be fun before she got a divorce and or her dad died and or, she took on motherhood and it was a lot more challenging than she thought it was going to be. And you want to know what? That person still needs friends, and eventually maybe they'll get back to that fun, fill in the blank person. But life happens. And if we are just bulldozing and saying, oh, I don't want to bring so-and-so because they're a drag, or they're going to bring the room down. Like that's a bit of toxic positivity. And not only is it toxic positivity, but that can be very dismissive, and I don't want friendships like that, Ashley.
Totally.
Like at all. I'm not going to sign up.
100% with you. But I also believe there is a time and a place for your emotions, right?
Like don't drag the room down.
For sure.
Yes.
Like we're saying, don't bring that, but totally with you. And I think, I think also some of the biggest, best relationships I have with people is when we are being completely vulnerable and we meet these traits or these, I hate to say traits, but right, like meet these feelings head on. And it can be scary too for the other person who's trying to share that.
Yeah.
So if all they're hearing are these positive sayings, that's going to really hurt them.
Or it's going to minimize what they're willing to share with you.
Right.
Or it's not going to foster trust and openness. And I think there's just so many more negative impacts. And like I said, handheld up, I have said like everything happens for a reason.
Same.
And
I have a tattoo. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's on your
back?
on your tramp stamp.
My lower back tat.
Yes, your lower back tat. No, but like I don't know. I when I think about people who are like this, there's a little bit of envy where I'm like, oh, they just walk around as everything's sunshine and rainbows. But when you think about like why are they saying these things? Are they trying to help us or are they trying to avoid discomfort? Because maybe it's both.
Totally.
Like they don't want the bad vibes.
Right.
And maybe it brings them down. Or maybe they're so much of a sensei that they're like, oh, I'm too empathetic and that's going to make me feel really sad. And like, cry or fill in the blank. And they want to avoid that for themselves. So there's two things. It could be either external where they're focusing on another person's emotions and wanting to make them feel better, or it can be internal of like they're preventing pain and discomfort for themselves.
Right. I feel like it's so funny because like I'm definitely okay, 8th time I'm saying this now. The everything happens for a reason person, but like I love when people open up to me because I want to shelter them. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I want to like share that burden and I want to help them navigate or at least open up because think about how freeing that feels.
Right. Just
to say like, I'm in this messed up situation or my feelings are X, Y, and Z in a negative headspace. It's to share that with somebody, not to bring them down, but just to say like, hey, I need a human to help guide me. Right. And like, there's so many hidden costs to not sharing.
Right. Think about the stress.
Totally. The stress. Or you're like, increase your shame.
Shame is a really big one.
Shame's hard.
And I think that's so important because then you could be shaming someone without knowing it by saying everything happens for a reason. And they're like, but I don't believe that. And why did this happen?
Right.
I mean, actually, sometimes with people, I'm like, actually, there's no reason this happened. It's just bad things happen to good people.
Totally.
And that's been another one that I've said, maybe that's toxic. I actually think that's realistic. But
I think that's better than everything happens for a reason. Because think of, really hot topics of like death.
Yes.
That you never. What's
what
the reason?
Say? There's no reason.
No, there's not. So there is like better directive ways to do that. But yeah, I feel like we've all I've been dismissed before.
Yes, I've felt dismissed.
Or felt dismissed, right? And it is soul crushing. And it kind of strained my relationship with that person. And, and it was actually like a conversation that I had with them about us. It wasn't just something I was sharing.
Right.
And it just really scarred, I think.
The friendship.
It did. And, I think that's important for people to understand too.
Yeah.
Is, take me as I am, but love me at my worst or whatever, that saying is like, I know you mentioned earlier and it's, people never forget.
I agree. But, and I think that what I just heard you say is you're dismissed for your feelings. And to me, that can be toxic positivity, or it can be like, I just don't want to even have this conversation, and people are just avoiding it.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally. So it is different, but I feel like
but it can be the same thing where it's like, nope, we're not going to talk about this. Like, it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. Like when you said dismiss, like it doesn't matter. Like that's really dismissive. But I think there's the other side of the coin, which is that well-intended, maybe toxic positivity person, which is they just don't know what the hell to say.
Totally.
They just don't have the words. And they're like, hold on, Hallmark card greetings. What is the appropriate thing? Everything happens for a reason. This too shall pass. You know, you're going to make it out on the other side. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Tomorrow's another day.
Every day is a new day to make a new story.
There we go.
Fill in the blank Hallmark greeting card. But it is a little bit of this like humanistic urge to feel like we have to say something. When in fact, maybe the best thing you can say is, I'm so sorry you're going through that. I don't know what to say.
And I think there's something too so powerful about just listening, not hearing, actually listening.
Yes.
Being heard, being acknowledged in, having someone share. And that's such a hard thing to do. Like there's things in the past where like I remember even sometimes today, like you're listening to a conversation, but you're kind of more thinking what you're going to say next, right? Like you're not really present and listening to someone's feelings and absorbing that the way you should be. And sometimes not every conversation requires a response.
Yes.
So maybe you want to make yourself feel better by saying these positive I was going to say attributes, and that's not even the right word.
Affirmations.
Yeah, affirmations. Yeah, whatever. But like, sometimes you just have to listen.
Yes. Yes. So we were looking in part of the prep, Ashley, you put together some of these, what healthy positivity looks like. And I loved these because it takes some of the traps. I'm going to call them like toxic positivity traps.
That's a good one.
Essentially, like we can go back to the Hallmark greeting card because that's all we remember. But I loved this. And this one, the first one that you had found is one that I was just reflecting on about my daughter. So my daughter can get very emotional, has some separation anxiety, and I'll say to her, like, you don't need to cry. And then what she has said to me in recent days is, but I can cry. And then I say to her, I go, yes, you absolutely can cry. I just want you to think about how that's ultimately, how that's making you feel. And instead of telling her, don't cry, this is the example you found. I love this rephrasing, which is, I'm here with you. However, sometimes I have to go. But no, I think that's really important of saying like, oh, don't cry, sweetie, dry your eyes. Instead being like, I'm here with you. Let it out. Like, I thought that was such a beautiful reframe. And I don't know if someone said that to me, I'd be like, thank you. I was feeling quite alone, actually. And I'm so glad you're here.
Totally.
So I love
it. Validates you.
It validates you. 100%.
For sure.
You want to take the next one?
I will. So instead of you'll get over it. This sounds really.
My mom has said that to me. You'll get over it.
You'll get over it. This sounds really hard.
Right.
That already makes me feel better.
Yes. Acknowledging that this
Whatever
is hard.
I'm getting over. Totally.
Right. I think that's beautiful because, again, with these reframing, you're acknowledging the person's feelings. You're not dismissing them. And you're saying, yeah, I see you. So here's the next one. This is the one we've been talking about. Everything happens for a reason.
Back tap.
And then it's that I don't have the perfect words, but I'm listening. And that also feels good.
And it feels...
And it's honest.
I was just going to say, it is truthful and honest. People aren't looking for, at least except for my top 5 when I'm really... we mentioned this in this previous episode about trusting your instincts. But no, just really like... I will never forget. I was watching, I don't know, something on the gram. And it's like most conversations when people are coming to you, they're not asking for advice.
Yes.
They are trying to vent and connect
100%
and feel acknowledged. So by saying this, I don't have the perfect words, but I'm listening, can make them feel supported.
Mission accomplished.
Totally.
Right.
It's in there.
You're creating space. You're holding that space. And I know it sounds like, oh gosh, yeah, holding space and da-da-da. But no, we are not here to, give therapy to people when
Right.
they're coming to us. Like,
Totally.
they aren't looking to us like we're Dr. Phil. They know that you don't have the answers.
Right.
If they thought you did, they'd be paying you your hourly rate of whatever a, therapist
I
gets.
definitely would charge.
I would charge as well.
But I think too, just like this is like a really good segue into like what are good tips for us well-meaning people to avoid this. And I think the first one is to just ask them, do you want advice? Yes. Or do you want me to listen? And I think even just taking that right off the bat, like, I wish that's something my husband would ask me, because usually I'm just like, just listen to me. Like, but like that's a big one for me.
I love that. And we talked about that on a different episode as well, is like, hey, I'm going to sit you down and I just want you to listen. Or, hey, I want you to help me solution. And even you can take control of that.
Totally.
You don't have to wait for the other person to do it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But I think this is a big one. And this could be like a theme that we all go back to when we feel like we're drifting to the Hallmark section and say, let's replace fixing with validating. I'm not going to fix your problem. I'm going to validate that your emotions are warranted. Appropriate. Yes, warranted. That you are in a difficult situation, that there may not be an answer, and that I don't have the words to say. And I think that's so great, because we as human beings, I think we're naturally wired to like want to fix stuff.
We are. I think so too. Or like think we have all the answers.
Right.
When again, I'd be charging everybody for the book of Ashley. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I think it's important too in all of this, emotions are so fleeting and they are so intense, but two can exist at the same time. So it's not to downplay this hopefulness, right? That we're maybe saying some of these toxic positivity sayings or support can provide. Yes. But it's more, I think, just saying, here's some hope, but realizing someone's also scared, like validating that and helping them leave in a mindset. Again, it's not your job to do that.
Right.
But if you care about that person and you realize that they're in a tough situation or a tough place mentally, which I think, most of us have been in, you when you have that conversation with someone and you're open and honest, you feel better. And I think that's in all of this, that's the goal.
And I love that last one about two emotions existing at once, because sometimes people say you should be grateful. Somebody else has it worse. And the thing is, you can be grateful and overwhelmed.
Totally.
You can be grateful and sad. You can be grateful and very tired. And I think that beauty in realizing that we are complex humans that can hold space for multiple emotions at once, and that it's not like some magic recipe that all of a sudden gratitude just supersedes feelings of sadness, loneliness, overwhelm, discomfort. And that's what makes us so, I don't know, interesting in a way, is that we can go fluidly between all of these emotions, even in an hour. You can go from being angry to sad to being back in love with your partner in one conversation.
And thanks to perimenopause, it happens a lot more frequently too.
I love it. Should this be an episode that's dedicated to mood stabilizers? I'm kidding.
Why not? No. Anybody want to advertise with us?
I know, right?
No, but I know. I think that's beautifully put. So important. And I think too, I'd love to just end this episode just talking about how important connection is. Like, I know we're talking about, this is completely different than toxic positivity, but I think in all of this, the things that make us different than animals is our ability to connect with one another.
Yes.
And that's important. So listen to what people are saying to you. I think that active listening is so, so important. Remember, two emotions can exist. Validate somebody and just be there.
I love it. What a beautiful way to end. Just a good reminder to not always have the perfect words, to tap into your heart, to really listen and connect with people, bring them closer instead of pushing them away. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and please remember that after every breakdown,
don't forget the bubbles. If you're loving us, please go ahead and listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram, like, share, subscribe, do all things. Tell your grandma, tell your mom. We love you.
no toxic positivity.
Have a good day.
Cheers.